again. This week I have a huge vintage thrift haul for you guys. Well, for me, they're my clothes. I feel a little bit sheepish about doing another haul when I just did my collective haul. But with thrifting, you have to strike while the iron's hot. You don't choose a thrift haul chooses you. I popped into a thrift store that almost never has anything right for me, and I got extremely lucky. I got over 10 vintage items for just about £40. The things I got fall into 3 categories: tops, skirts, and knitwear. So let's get into it with the blouses first. First up, I have this cream blouse. You know, variation on a theme. You can never have too many cream blouses, especially when there are sweet details like this lace collar. It's from the 80s, so it does have a little bit of shoulder paddage, but I'm kind of into that these days. Nothing wrong with a statement shoulder that says, I am in charge. This blouse is super sweet, and for $2.99 I could not pass up adding it to my collection. For this outfit, I am leaning into the 80s. I've paired this top with a high-waisted pair of corduroy trousers, and I've matched a belt. And yeah, I just think this is a really sweet basic styling, and I can't wait to get more creative with this blouse. Next up in the blouse department is this red, high-collared, Victorian style blouse. Now, I don't personally wear a ton of red, and I don't really have anything red in my wardrobe, which is why I've been on the hunt for like a red top and a red skirt just for when I have those outfit ideas that need a bit of red. And so I'm so glad that I found this. I love a high collar and I love a statement wide sleeve. I do know that doing up all these buttons is going to be a little bit of a pain. But once again, for $2.99, can't really be picky. This top really surprised me when I put it on. I think the fit is so nice. It's really flattering, and I love how dramatic the sleeves are. I've paired it here with a black and white skirt, and I've also added a vest to give it a little bit more drama. And yeah, I feel like a beautiful, spooky circus creature. Next up is this very classic cream blouse. I love this big lace panel in the front, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I feel like this blouse can toe the line in a lot of eras. It can be 40s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, another nice cream blouse that I know I'll be able to pair with almost anything in my wardrobe. And once again, $2.99. I've paired this blouse in quite a classic way. I feel like this is giving me very simple and sleek 1940s babe vibes. For a bit of fun, I've also thrown on my pair of suspenders. I think it rounds out the look and looks really sweet. Next, we have this very 1980s blouse. And this is the kind of weird suburban 80s fashion that I love. I love these sweet little white flowers all over it. I love this very embroidered collar. And the shade of green is just one of my favorites. Oh, $3.49. With this top, it is all about styling. I love the details of the shirt, but without a bit of styling, it's kind of a bit shapeless and frumpy. I've added a skinny belt and I've cuffed the sleeves, and all of a sudden, this 1980s top is very wearable. Last up in the vintage blouses category is the top I am most excited about, and that is this white, lacy, Edwardian style top. Now, I have been on the lookout for an Edwardian style blouse for like 5 years now. There are ones that have come into my wardrobe and gone. None have been quite right. And then this appears to me at my local thrift store, £4.79. And this really ticks all of the boxes of what I was looking for. Oh my gosh, I just think it is so beautiful. It's so flattering. I've worn it already. What more can I say? It is so gorgeous. I paired it with my favorite green skirt to give it that Edwardian feel. And I can't believe I got so lucky. I love this top so much. I know this is going to be a staple in my wardrobe for years to come. That is it for the blouses, and first for the skirts is this button front pleated white midi skirt. I am nervous about the color. It has only been tried on in my house and I've already gotten a stain on it. We'll see how long this lasts. And this was at that charity shop for £4.49. I paired this cream skirt with the little crop top I got from my last collective haul. And when I saw this top originally, I thought, man, this would look good with a white skirt, but didn't have one, so I didn't want to put that thought too far in my head. But I have it now and I think it looks great. Next is this plain red pleated skirt. I have been looking for a red blouse and a red skirt, and I found them both at the same place. It's a basic red skirt, it's pleated, elastic waist. It was $2.99. Yep, this one is a red skirt. I've paired it with my black and white striped blouse, and I think it looks okay. It's not the most exciting pairing in the world, but you know, I have time to come up with better outfits. I've added one last skirt to my collection from this haul, and that is this teal hip-hugging vintage skirt. At first, I was really umming and ahhing on whether I should get this skirt. This shape, I'm not always 100% sold on. I like really flowy, swooshy skirts, but I figured for $2.99, I couldn't pass up at least giving it a try. This skirt is so very va-va-voom. I feel very on display, but I think it is so flattering, and I love just the simple pairing with my white milkmaid top. Yeah, what can I say? I feel like a babe. Now it is time for the final category, which is knitwear. First in knitwear is this hand-knitted little cream sweater vest. Now it's not the most spring-summer piece, but spring has been a lie here in England since it began. So I'm sure I'll get some use out of this. This piece was $4.99, and yeah, can't wait to pair it with a bunch of different outfits. I paired the sweater vest with my brown dirndl top underneath and added a high-waisted skirt to sort of add to the color blocking a little bit more. And I'm excited to pair this in lots of different ways. Next is this very 1980s little hot pink sweater. There's just something about this spring not really coming into its own that's just called me to bright colors to try to will this spring into being. It's 50% mohair, so it'll keep you very nice and warm. Maybe it was the fact that it was £4.49. Whatever the reason, I am excited to get more bright colors into my wardrobe. The color of this is a lot of fun and is a bit brighter than I normally would go for, but I really like it. I love the shape that it has and the way it drapes across the shoulders. It is, however, very itchy, so I will be keeping this an autumn-winter piece. And then we have this big 1980s knitted applique jacket. I was initially drawn to these sleeves. It has these like salmon pink leaves stitched upon it with fake pearls and ribbons. It's just subtle enough that you can make this work. Now, this is the most expensive item of all the stuff I bought at £5.29. In contrast to my pink sweater, this sweater is extremely soft and nice to wear. I love the big sleeves, and I love the cut of it and the way it sort of drapes along the hips. Very excited to add more warm layers to my autumn, winter, and this year's spring wardrobe. All in all, that is 11 pieces of clothing for £42.49. This is far and away the most bang for your buck thrift haul I've ever gotten, especially since these are all vintage pieces. There was so much more at the thrift store that I left behind, and I just hope whosever collection it was, I hope that somehow they know that part of their collection is in the hands of somebody who will really love, cherish, and wear these items. Let me know which piece was your favorite, which piece surprised you the most, and let me know the best thrift find or thrift deal that you have found. Any weird items? Any killer pieces of clothing? I would love to know. Oh, and join my Discord if you want to show pictures of them. There's a link to join down in the description, and I know I and everyone else would love to see your thrift finds. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you could like it. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye! I popped into a charity. I popped into thrift. I popped in. Not that I needed any clothes. I have plenty. I have this. Oh, let me button this up. Why didn't I plan ahead? There's something about this spring not coming into its own yet. Oh, I'll wait for the trash. Oh, and this sweet dirndl I got from the same thrift store ages ago. $19.99 dress and apron.